Hello there. So a little bit of a different setup for this week's video. I thought it could be fun to mix it up and narrate what I got up to this past week over here at apartment 6A. A little bit of housekeeping before we really get into it. I'm going to proactively apologize for the audio if it's just not good. In all honesty, did do a whole take of this and listen to it back and was wearing both headphones and the microphone was like rubbing against my hoodie and I said absolutely not. So I am doing another take. Also, if you see my eyes kind of darting around the camera, it's because I have a Google Doc opened. For my own sanity, I kind of had to do a brain dump and kind of write out what I was thinking, because if not, it just really would have been a task for me to kind of edit a bunch of word vomit into something that was cohesive. So I kind of hope that that helped make this a little bit more streamlined. So for those of you who don't know, I got fired from my job almost 2 months ago now, which is scary. I can't lie. Not having a 9 to 5 right now has been kind of nice. While draining my savings account hasn't, I can't lie, having a lot of free time for myself has been something that I have really enjoyed. And I just kind of feel like I'm going through a really transformative era of my life right now. So after a little push from Jen and Gabby, I thought there's really no better time than to start the artist way. Boom. I don't even know how to describe the artist way. I have been taking it as a workbook to heal and get back in line with your inner creative self. I'm starting my 3rd week of the artist way this week. It's a 12 or 13 week course, something like that. It's already been pretty enlightening because a very consistent practice you kind of have to develop and work on is what the author Julia Cameron calls morning pages. It's a stay with me, okay? She calls it prayer. I kind of like to take it as a form of meditation. It's just you immediately start your day by journaling 3 pages. And I personally have been really enjoying that because it's just really nice to start my day by just doing a data dump of everything that I've been holding on to, you know, from the day before, the night before, what's just been weighing heavy on my mind. It's just been really nice to kind of immediately flesh out all the thoughts that are kind of right there at the beginning of my day. Another consistent practice of the artist way is taking yourself on artist dates. I interpret artist dates as a weekly activity where you kind of just get to vibe out and do whatever you want. I don't really think there's a formula to this. I don't think there's really any right or wrong way to do it. But this week I took myself to the Met Cloisters for my artist date. Here is the little map. To prove it, everything's just falling everywhere now. Oh God. It was a really nice day. I can't lie. And the author says that you really shouldn't share your artist dates with anyone. But I was having a moment where I was walking around and just really enjoying my time. And selfishly, I kind of just wanted to document it and kind of encapsulate my day there to, I don't know, maybe one day look back and be like, oh, that was a really fun date I had with myself. Then over the weekend, Gabby and I went to Central Park, and honestly, it was probably one of the most beautiful park days I've had since living in New York, definitely within the top 5. It was weirdly 60 degrees outside, which for context, when we went, it was the middle of November. So it was just really beautiful, random weather, and the foliage, oh my God, the leaves were insane. I'm from South Florida, so I don't take seasons for granted, especially fall. It's stunning. Poor Gabby, though. The whole reason we went to Central Park is because she was kind of like, what if we have a little book reading picnic and we just kind of romanticize life and enjoy the day? And I was like, period, let's go. So we went, we unpacked. I'm currently right now reading The House in the Cerulean Sea. I really recommend it. I've really, really enjoyed this book. Great recommendation. So thank you, Gabby, for that. Speaking of Gabby, when we got to the park, we settled and immediately she realized, she really shouldn't have any of the books that she brought. So holding space for Gabby. Hopefully we can recreate a great day like that soon. You want to tell the people what we're up to?
Hi guys. We're going to Central Park. We just went to a coffee shop. We got a croissant. Troy got a coffee. I got a drink and chips.
Boom.
So let's go.
Now we go.
literally was like, what bag am I wearing?
That leads to, honestly, today, I'm not gonna lie, I was crashing out a little bit about this video because it is hard sometimes to just document even my week of what has been going on and what I've been up to. I really tried to do this for myself. So I said, okay, let's use this as an opportunity to take myself on a little date. So I took myself to one of my favorite neighborhoods, Williamsburg, and started my day with stopping by one of my favorite coffee shops, Division, and just kind of, having a little productive moment at the coffee shop. I applied to some jobs. I contemplated life. It was cute and casual. But if you know of anyone who needs a graphic designer, let me know. I think it'd be great for both of us. I don't know. I love going to coffee shops. I love having a third space where I can be creative or lock in and get done what I need to get done. And I had a really nice time while I was there. I think what I love about Williamsburg is the amount of thrift stores in like a 10 block radius. Yes, there's a lot of thrift stores for clothing, but one thing about me, I love a tchotchke, I love a lamp, and I love a cool piece of furniture. And Williamsburg has a lot of thrifting options for home decor. I also am a Google Maps stan, and I love saving things to my list that I create. So I literally have a list for thrift stores or home decor stores, and I will just sometimes be on walks or meeting up with friends, and on my way to point B from point A, I'll clock a spot and be like, let me write that down and save it for later. And so I kind of looked at a lot of my save spots, and they also happened to be in Williamsburg. First place I checked out was called Beam. Beam is not a thrift store. It is a home decor interior store. And do those prices reflect that? But there wasn't a single thing in there that if my circumstances were different, I would have taken everything home with me. Absolutely. It was stunning. Oh my God. They had this one lamp that was dream lamp unlocked. It was stunning. And obviously I didn't take it home with me because it's just really outside of my budget right now. I don't know. I just love like finding cool objects and just admiring them. This is going to sound so corny, but I'm going to like hold that with pride. I kind of take going to thrift stores and home decor stores as like going to a museum. I noticed some you're kind of like, what? But I don't know. It's just for me, I think it's just really cool to see design in the medium of like a lamp. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like really weird if you think about it. Like everything around us has been designed by someone, and it's just really cool. Like just seeing what, I don't know, I find as like beautiful design. So I thought that was kind of cool. This part of the day, I was getting a little hungry. I'm trying really hard in my unemployment era to obviously not eat out, but I was dying. And so I stumbled upon this spot called Lucy's. Yum. One thing about me as well, I love a banh mi. It was delicious. Honestly, 9 out of 10. Post banh mi, I went to Mother of Junk, an actual thrift store, a controversial thrift store. I've never had issues there before, and I like going there to scope it out. The reason I wanted to go was if you know Mother of Junk, or if you've seen photos or videos, one thing about them is they have frames. They literally have like a loft full of frames, and I've been kind of scheming already for Christmas and holiday presents for the people in my life. And so I kind of wanted to see what the frames were giving, and they were giving expensive. I think what I really like about Mother of Junk is you can find some cool and affordable pieces, but a lot of the frames I was looking at today were just as much as some of those cool and affordable pieces, which is fine. But I was looking at 5x8 frames that were like $30. I don't know. For me, I was like, come on. They were also doing construction there. So I immediately got overstimulated. So to be honest, my stop there didn't last that long, but I am happy I went because I haven't been there in a minute. Again, it's just really fun to kind of see what's up and what's there. After Mother of Junk, I checked out this spot called Dobbins Street Co-op. Oh my God, I'm so butchering that. Let's do another one. Dobbins Street Vintage Co-op. Had to make direct eye contact with the Google Doc to make sure I got that one right. I actually saw this place last week when I was meeting up with Maya when she was visiting, and I immediately wrote it down and added it to my list, and it was lovely. They had great lamps, they had beautiful rugs, cool pieces of furniture, but it was a little pricey, if I can be honest. But hey, no hate to the game. I can't imagine what those commercial rent prices look like here in New York City. It's just a spot that is currently outside of my budget, but mark my words, I will be back to make a purchase someday soon. So that was basically my day today. After that, took a long walk to take the train home to kind of ingest and enjoy a little bit more fall foliage while I can. I'm not gonna lie, today I was feeling out of it a little bit. My anxiety was running high. I was feeling a little existential at points, but I just kind of want to use this as a moment to remind us that whatever we're going through is just a moment in time. I know that's so annoying because it's easier said than done. Trust me, I have to convince myself of that every other day. But I did revisit an old journal entry the other day, which I don't usually like to do because they can be pretty sad. But it was kind of nice to read because after I read it, I immediately was like, Jordan, if only if you knew, it gets better. It does. So I'm just kind of using that as fuel to add to the fire that, I don't like that. What am I trying to say? Kind of just made me feel better about my current situation because I know that in X amount of days, weeks, months, years, I'm going to look back and just kind of laugh at all the things that were troubling me right now. So I don't know. I'm a big believer in documenting life, whether that be in videos, art, journaling. So if you're just kind of looking for something, you're going through something, I think there's no better time than to, I don't know, especially write it all down. And who knows, you might be accidentally manifesting your dreams. Thank you for taking the time to watch what I got up to today. A very bizarre concept to me, but I appreciate it nonetheless, even though I put this video out there, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Thinking of you and yours. Hope you're doing well. I've never had to really end a video like this before, so I think we're just gonna do it like this. Bye. Woo! Yikes.